My next guest is coming off a massive win over Aleksei Oleinik a couple of weeks back at UFC Fight Night on February 20th. It's Chris Daukas back here on the program. Chris, how's it going, man?
Everything's going good. Everything's going good. I really couldn't, ask for a better life right now. So it's great.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, man. Before we talk about the
Thank you.
performance, what's been the feedback like since getting that win? Because again, it was on a pretty notable card against a really formidable opponent in Aleksei Oleinik.
Yeah, the feedback's been great. Everyone's been super supportive. It's kind of like everyone's, kind of pushing me to keep going and to fight right away and just fight bigger name guys. So it's definitely a good change of pace.
Yeah, and I think the opponent as well, right? Like Oleinik's a pretty well-known guy, most notable guy I think you fought, sort of in your career here.
Absolutely.
Was there anyone that sort of reached out that maybe you weren't expecting, like maybe any other fighters or anyone give you props that you weren't expecting that are like, hey man, congrats on the win?
No, just the usual guys. Like Shane Victorino used to play for the Phillies and stuff. He always hits up my Instagram and everything like that saying
Does he
congrats.
really? That's cool.
Yeah,
do you guys know each other, or is it just through like social media?
Nope, strictly through social media. I mean, I watched him growing up, playing for the Phillies and all. So it's really cool to have like a role model, like one of the guys I actually looked up to like contact me and tell me that how great it is. So it's definitely really, really cool.
Let's talk about the fight itself. Like I mentioned last time we did our interview, you don't get paid by the hour. Could that fight have gone any better, honestly?
No. I mean, maybe my shot placement a little bit, but other than that, no, that's definitely what we planned for.
It seemed like, and this is sort of common in your fights, where you there was a point where you could tell he was hurt and you just sort of went in for the kill. Did you I'm assuming you sort of recognize that and you're like, I got to do this. I got to get out of here. Like I said, they're not paying me anymore to go to the second round, right?
Yeah, definitely. He threw like a lazy jab. I slipped and hit him with a right hand. And when I hit him with the right hand, he kind of like stumbled and like stood himself up a little bit. So that's when I recognized that he was hurt. I mean, he's a veteran. He knows how to survive. He knows how to play it off well. But I caught it, and then I just poured it on him. I thought Herb was going to stop it a little bit earlier. But it is what it is. I got the win, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah, no, certainly agree with that. Was there anything at all? And again, I know this was a short fight that surprised you, maybe something a bit different you didn't expect in the fight?
No. Everything that we game planned for and everything, that we pretty much, thought he was going to do, he did. Nothing really surprised us. I mean, he's strong. He's definitely a veteran. And I kind of was a little taken back by him pulling guard a little bit, but, it's just because he really didn't have the head and arm as secure as he normally does. So that was the one thing that kind of threw me off, and it showed that his desperation to get it to the ground was definitely there.
How did you celebrate after the win?
Shitty pizza and wings from Vegas. I did
really no good pizza. There's one good pizza place that I go to that's like my go-to. I don't know if you're aware of it, but like New York, they have a pizza place downstairs. It's like a real Italian place. It's pretty good. Okay. I think it's good. Anyways. Right. A little greasy, but still pretty good.
I'm fine with that. As long as they can get like Uber Eats or like Grubhub or something like that, I'm down, because once we get back to the hotel, you're kind of on lockdown again.
Right. Oh yeah.
Good. So point. Yeah. So our choices are limited, but I had a few beers and all that, but it was good.
Were you in the park, or where did they have you?
No. They had us in the.
Oh, sorry. You're at never mind. You were at the Apex, so you're probably closer to the hotels out there. My bad. I was just thinking of where they normally do the events. So.
No. Yeah, they had us in the Fighter Hotel, and then it was kind of realistically, it was right from the hotel to the event. Got done doing the event right back to the hotel, and I wasn't staying up late or celebrating anything crazy. I had to be up and in the lobby, I think by 6 a.m. because I had to catch my flight. So
I'm the same way. Look, late nights, early flights. It's always been my motto. If I can get the heck out of there, I will, because I know you're a family man like myself. You got to get home as soon as you can, right? So that's what it's
exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I would rather go do the fight, and if I have to be up at 3:30, 4 a.m. to catch a flight, like a 6 a.m. flight, I have no problem with that. So.
Yeah, the worst is when they used to do, well, they still do it, not right now, but when they do the cards in New York for the UFC, the pressers would go so late because of the time change that like literally you would get out of the presser and then just basically go to the airport. That's how it was. So.
Yeah. And that's insane to think about, but hopefully, things start to change a little bit, and then we can start to, I can start to experience the full UFC experience with the massive pressers, the massive weigh-ins, and the awesome crowds. So.
Now, of course, your hard work and your performance did not go unnoticed. You got the bonus. I got to know, what are you doing with the money? I know you have the full-time job as well, but I mean, it certainly helps. I know you got a family. Like I said, it helps with everything.
Yeah,
right?
it definitely helps with everything. I haven't bought anything. I mean, the only thing I bought was new AirPods. That's it. My AirPods.
Big spender here, Chris.
Big spender.
Don't spend it all in one place.
My AirPods actually broke on the plane to
no.
Vegas. So yeah, that sucked. I was kind of just sitting there twiddling my thumbs while everyone was sleeping. But so that's really the only thing I needed. I mean, I'm not the guy to go out there and be spending money like crazy. If I need something, or if someone needs something, we'll buy it. But besides that, just investing, and then just saving the money for a rainy day.
There's a lot of heavyweight fights on your card. I wanted to start first with the Tom Aspinall fight. Did you catch that one? Him defeating Arlovsky. I thought, obviously he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but for some reason going into that fight, I think people thought he was going to knock him out, but he submitted him, which was crazy.
Yeah. I did not actually watch that. So how it worked out, we were in the same locker room. We were in the same big open area for the locker room. So he was getting ready to warm up, and then I was 2 fights after him. So I was kind of doing my warm up and everything while he was fighting. So I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch the fight that night. I ended up going back. He's impressive. He's good. He knows how to change the distances, change the game plan up, especially that blast level. But he had Arlovsky hurt, and he's impressive. So he's definitely an opponent that I'll be keeping an eye on soon.
Well, he kind of mentioned that, and not in a disrespectful way, but he's like, whoever else is on the card, it seems like we're kind of destined. I mean, personally, just as someone on the outside looking in, I don't think that fight needs to happen now. I think you guys are, up and comers. Keep you guys apart. Do some veteran matchups, kind of like you've been getting, and then do it when there's more at stake. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. The UFC's a super smart business company, and they're not going to be, putting 2 guys on the rise up against each other, especially when there's definitely money to be made. So, he'll take out his group of guys. I take out my group of guys, and then we'll meet at the top. It's really as simple as that. I mean, if things change and, the UFC has different plans, and by all means, I'm not going to say no, but, it would be much rather be better for that, fighting for the number 1, number 2 contender spot against him, and hopefully a sold out arena pretty soon. So it'll be good.
Did you catch? I'm assuming you caught the main event of the card with Lewis knocking out Blades. Yeah. What did you think? I mean, obviously one mistake, that's all it takes to lose to Lewis, right?
That dude's he's something else. That power is definitely something else. I heard someone told me that he was only planning on throwing that uppercut. His whole training was simply to land, an uppercut or a cross. But I don't know if that's, well, who am I to say? But it definitely worked out in his favor. But he's going to meet someone who that's not going to work against, and then we'll see how that goes. But I mean, Blades looked good. He was changing it up, and then he just got caught. This is what it is.
Yeah, and then the other, we had another heavyweight fight, obviously, the week after. Just curious your thoughts on that. We had the Gane and Rosenstruik fight, which I know got a lot of flack. I mean, I'm kind of one of those people, just as an outsider, like I said, where I think it takes 2 to tango. I mean, everyone blaming Gane for the performance. I think Rosenstruik could have come forward a little bit more. What was your assessment of that fight? And Gane as a heavyweight, because I thought, despite the fact that it wasn't a great fight, I still thought Gane looked pretty good in that one.
Yeah, he's definitely super athletic. I have to finish watching the fight. I didn't get through the full fight. I was working while it was actually happening, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. But from everything that everyone was telling me, and then from what I've seen, it was kind of, like you said, it takes 2 people to fight. They were dancing back and forth. No one was really committing. It was kind of like I think they were both super cautious about how dangerous each other was. And at this level, you make one simple mistake, and
like with Lewis, right, or with Blades,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It can happen.
You're waking up and you don't know what day it is. You don't know what month it is. So I can definitely hear where they're coming from. And, as a fight fan, people really don't want to see that, especially with heavyweights, but you have to, this is a business. People have to fight. They have to make money, and it is what it is, man.
I don't know if you follow Tanner Bozer on Twitter. Tanner, I know quite well. He's Canadian, and he's a heavyweight in your division, but he had a great tweet in response to the Gane performance. Did you see that or no?
I think someone liked it or retweeted it and it popped up on my timeline. I don't think I follow him, but he said something about
I got
like,
it here. I'll read it to you.
yeah,
I think it's very funny because I think he's
yeah.
right on the money here. He says, because someone's like, some fan had tweeted at him, but there's still an entertainment purpose in a fight. A main event shouldn't be boring, should it not? Tanner goes, why would it be up to the guy that's clearly winning to try something risky? Will the fans pay him his win bonus if he does something reckless and loses because of it? No, they'll probably just tweet him saying, getting cocky and DM a Vimeo request for the failed $20 bet. I couldn't have said it better myself. Like Tanner basically just pointing out, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's true. Everyone wants those, those knockouts, those crazy highlight reels. But if I'm picking a guy apart with, a simple jab, a couple leg kicks, maybe just a takedown staying heavy, and I know that I'm going to win. Yeah, I'm always going to look for the finish. I'm always going to look to get out of there sooner than I have to be in there. I don't want to be in there for 25 minutes. I'd rather get in there, get in and out, collect my paycheck, and go home. But there's no reason for me to take unwanted risk or unnecessary risks when I know how dangerous that other person is. Yes, I'll do the best that I can in my ability to fight and to put on a great show, but these are the best people in the world. Like sometimes you just can't do what you want to do against the best guys in the world. It's just, but we're in the entertainment business, like that was said, but like he said, what can you do?
Yeah, no, well said there. Okay, a couple quick rapid fire questions here. When would be sort of the ideal time for you to get back in there? It looked like you didn't really take much damage in the fight at all.
No. Realistically, probably like right after my brother fights. So he fights in April. I'll fight May or June. Doesn't matter to me. I'm still training. I've only gained like 5 pounds back. So it's, my cardio is still on point. Everything's all good. I'm still,
by the way, you looked in great shape. And I know that's something you talked about, but you could really see it physically in the cage from this fight compared to some of the other ones. You must have been happy with that. You probably felt that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It's like you said, it was definitely something that I've been preaching about, and I've really taken, the necessary steps to make sure that I perform, and it's just something I'm going to continue to build on, and that's it. I fully expect to be able to outwork any of the heavyweights in the division, and I'm just going to stay on that path and just keep doing it. So,
did you go right back to work on Monday? Like when did you get back to doing the police stuff?
Tuesday. I'm off. Yeah. I'm off Sunday, Monday. So Sunday was a travel day. Monday was family day. So we kind of I hung out with my wife, my kid, and then Tuesday night.
Good for you,
so
man.
I was back to work.
Do you feel like Clark Kent a bit? Just doing, you get this huge knockout and then you're back, keeping the streets safe.
Yeah, it's just, it's just another day. I mean, Tuesday morning I was in the gym. It was, in the gym helping my brother, and then Tuesday night is just, that's just the life I lead, and it's kind of
I think it's cool,
out, as you can see. Yeah,
it must be something in the heavyweight division. It's like Stipe, he goes and does the firefighting thing, and then he defends the heavyweight title, right? So
yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't want to be working the times that I work here, doing what I do, and then like trying to be cut weight. That'd be too much. Like trying to like cut like 15, 20 pounds. So it's really good to be a heavyweight in that aspect and have a full-time job. But I mean, it's really cool to go from that extreme of fighting on the world stage to helping out anyone. So
last question before we go, you kind of touched on it there. Phillies. So I imagine you're a sports fan, like outside of MMA. Do you watch baseball? What are sort of your main sports?
I kind of fell off football. It's weird to say, but ever since I got signed to the UFC and, fighting has become really like my main focus in life, I fell off. I don't really like know all like the inner workings of like the trade deals and everything like that, like I used to, but now it's kind of just, if it's on, it's on.
You got a full-time job and the fighting thing, right? So it's tough.
It's definitely tough to keep tabs, but I got the guys at work helping me out, staying up to date, because there's nothing awkward when you're in a conversation with 6 other guys talking about sports and you're just kind of like I punch people in the face. Yeah. So but no, I mean the Phillies are awesome. I love going to the games. I just recently heard that Philadelphia is opening up and they're going to be allowing a certain number of people in for the Phillies, and I think for the Flyers too. So it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. Are you? I was gonna have to ask this as a Canadian. I mean, it's mandatory. Are you a hockey fan? Have you watched the Flyers?
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm big on Flyers, and then
Oh, cool.
I
Okay,
actually
next
played
interview we'll
lacrosse.
definitely get some hockey talking there. I know you don't follow it as much,
Perfect.
but I
Yeah,
gotta get into it because man, growing up,
perfect.
like I'm a little bit older than you, but like the
Yeah,
Legion of Doom. Remember Eric
yeah.
Lindros and
Oh
back
yeah,
in the
oh
day,
yeah,
that was
oh
fun to
yeah.
watch, right?
Oh yeah, it was that was me growing up, loving watching those guys. We were playing street hockey all the time, and then like all through high school and college, I played lacrosse too. So
Oh,
like
cool.
outdoor and then indoor. Indoor was awesome. I loved indoor, box lacrosse. So it was great.
Well, you know Brendan Shanahan, he used to play for the Red Wings. He's now
Mm-hmm.
like an executive with the Maple Leafs. His brother is like one of the top lacrosse players apparently, or used to be back in the day. I don't know if you knew that or
Did
not.
not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that. I actually have to check that out. So that's awesome.
Good stuff, man. Chris, thanks so much, man. We
Of course.
really, really appreciate the time as always. Just anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, just check me out at Chris_Daukas MMA. It should be on both Twitter and Instagram. Fuel Hunt, Problem Nutrition, Angelo's Tire Shop. I appreciate you guys. Clutch Shot. I appreciate you guys. Axe throwing. So anyone else, just hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Those are pretty much my main social media. So if you guys want to, shoot me a DM or anything, I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can.